Last weekend at the 2024 NHL All-Star Skills Competition in Toronto, we saw Connor McDavid record his 4th career victory in the Fastest Skater Challenge, which I don't think any of us were surprised by. This was my view in the building of his fastest lap, which was insane to watch in person. He's so fast. McDavid's game is built on pure speed, his overall skating speed, the speed at which his hands move, and how quickly he gets up to top speed. He simply plays the game at a pace that nobody else ever has, but who's somewhat close to him? Who can keep up with him at least for a little while? Well, at the skills comp, Matthew Barzal was the only one close to McDavid's fastest lap of 13.408 seconds, as Barzal finished in 13.519 seconds. For my money, Barzal is one of the most underrated players in the league and by far one of the smoothest skaters in the league. Quinn Hughes finished third with 14.088 seconds, and again, I like his edges more than his overall speed, while Cale Makar finished literally right behind him at 14.089 seconds, and William Nylander finished 5th in 14.164 seconds. After watching the Fastest Skater competition live, it led me down a rabbit hole on one of my favorite websites, NHL Edge, and that's what we're going to analyze today. Who are the fastest skaters in the NHL? As always, guys, hit that subscribe button for me and drop a like so that we can keep talking hockey together. NHL Edge was just launched to the public this season, but it's actually super helpful that they've posted the data from not only this year, but the prior 2 seasons as well. So all told, we have 2021-22, 2022-23, and 2023-24 statistics to look at here. So let's start with the oldest and work our way up to today. In 2021-22, the top recorded speed was held by Denis Gurianov of the Dallas Stars, who peaked at 24.60 miles per hour. Connor McDavid actually finished 4th in peak speed that season at 24.14 miles per hour, but when we look at the overall number or volume of speed bursts, McDavid remained untouched. McDavid finished the year with 89 speed bursts of 22 miles per hour or higher, the top category the NHL tracks. The next highest was Roope Hintz at 67, Nathan MacKinnon at 66, Braden Point at 43, and then Julien Gauthier at 41. A significant drop-off from McDavid's 89. That significant drop-off from McDavid's 89 should illustrate how impressive his numbers are, but to even set the stage further, let's look at speed bursts of 20 miles an hour or higher. McDavid finished first with 573, followed by MacKinnon at 479, yes, 100 behind McDavid, and then Roope Hintz at 467. Braden Point is the next highest in this category, but he had 359, over 200 less than McDavid had, so it's not even worth going further down this list. So overall, Denis Gurianov takes home the top single speed in 2021-22, but the number of times McDavid was skating faster than everyone else is simply absurd. The last thing I'll mention on the 2021-2022 season is that I was stunned to see Leon Draisaitl 10th in top speed. He just doesn't look like that when he's moving around out there to me, but I was glad to see 2 defensemen in the top 10. Colorado workhorse Devon Toews and Ryan Merkley then of the Sharks, even though it was a small sample size for him. In 2022-23, we had some wild names join this list. The single top speed went to Ryan Poehling, famous for his hat-trick and shootout winner in his NHL debut, who peaked at 24.32 miles per hour. Mainstay on this list, Braden Point was second at 24.26 miles an hour, followed by weird ones in Martin Fehérváry at 24.21 and Caden Gooley at 24.20, before getting to Andreas Athanasiou in 5th and Connor McDavid finally in 6th. When we shift from peak speed to speed bursts over 22 miles per hour again, hilariously, 5 of the top 6 from last year make up this year's top 5 again. McDavid again takes first place with 81 bursts, followed by MacKinnon at 73, then Point with 44, Gauthier with 36, and Gurianov with 34. Again, all 5 of these guys were in the top 6 of this category last year. As for 20-plus mile-an-hour bursts, MacKinnon finally beat McDavid in a category with 547 compared to Connor's 539. Point was again right behind them at 503, and then after a giant gap, Roope Hintz had 326, and Chandler Stevenson had 322. So we are seeing some trends here with the names so far, but I will add that it's great to see a healthy Jack Eichel crack these lists in 2022-23. Finishing 10th in top speed and 6th in bursts over 20 mile an hour is very impressive considering the road to recovery he had to go through the past few years. Now let's look at this year. Obviously we're in the heart of the season right now in mid-February, so things could change come year end, but we've got a few fun new names on the leaderboards right now. Owen Tippett Tippett, fresh off a big ticket in Philadelphia, is currently the leader in peak speed category at 24.21 mile an hour. The usual suspects are still sticking around though, with Braden Point in second at 24.15 and Nate Dogg and McJesus tied for third place at 24.05 mile an hour. Valery Nichushkin wraps up the 5 spot at 23.96, with Rasmus Kupari hot on his tail at 23.95. Now looking at speed bursts over 22 mile an hour, McKinnon is almost lapping the pack with 75 compared to McDavid's 43, Points 34, Hintz's 33, and Marty Necas at 31. Necas has been sneaky on a lot of these lists around 10th or 15th place or so I feel good finally giving him some recognition. Lastly, on the 20 plus mile an hour speed burst, McKinnon is again going nuts with 472, with Point being second place at 300, McDavid in third at 280, Hintz in fourth at 255, and Necas again at 233. So that's all the data and analysis on the top speeds and speed bursts around the league. Now it's time to get to my top 5 speedsters. I can't argue that Connor McDavid takes home first place when it comes to speed. Like I said in the intro, everything he does is so quick, so shifty, and his name is plastered all over the NHL Edge leaderboards. So McDavid gets my 1 spot, but I do have to say that Nathan MacKinnon is only a hair behind him. MacKinnon is a lot more powerful skater compared to McDavid's quick twitch finesse stride, and he almost looks violent when he picks up speed and starts barreling in on defenders. Just ask Alex Pietrangelo.
Oh boy.
McKinnon leads the league in both speed burst categories in a landslide this year and is tied with McDavid on top speed this season, so I don't think anybody can argue he deserves to be second place behind McJesus. After that, I'd put Braden Point in third place. Watching him a lot the last few years, I'm always impressed with not only his speed, but more so how he uses it to his advantage. NHL Edge has him as one of the top guys in every single skating category, and the eye test fully backs that up in my opinion. In fourth place for me is Marty Necas. He's all over the speed burst leaderboards every year and is 10th in peak speed this year and was 8th in peak speed in 2021-2022. This guy is mind-blowingly fast. My 5th and final spot is going to go to Roope Hintz. Despite Hintz not making the top 10 in peak speed in any of the 3 years that we analyzed, he was constantly in the top 5 in the number or volume of speed bursts, and watching him fly through the neutral zone in Dallas, I think he's sneaky fast. Everything he does on the ice is at such a high pace, and even though he's technically not in top 10 for peak speed from NHL Edge, he's literally right behind them at 23.59 mile an hour top speed, while currently 10th place Marty Necas sits at 23.68 mile an hour top speed. I know Owen Tippett has the overall top speed recorded this year at 24.21 mile an hour, but he's behind the 5 guys that I listed in total speed bursts over 22 mile an hour and over 20 mile an hour. And the 5 guys I chose were also league leaders in each of the prior 2 years as well, while Tippett wasn't on those lists. It's just a fun exercise to rank these guys, and one thing is for certain, the game has never been faster. The players are skating so fast nowadays, and the game as a whole only continues to get quicker and shiftier. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my top 5 speedsters, who catches your eye while you're watching a game, and even comment down below who you think the slowest skaters are. Hit that subscribe button, and thanks again for watching. I'm Nick Bowens, and we'll see you here next time on Hockey Collective.